With Forsaken preloaded, and of course just around the corner, we can now get a look at a bunch of the content that we'll see in this expansion. For you guys who've been around my channel this week, as you've seen, we've had a lot of stuff to talk about. But in this video today, we're going to speak about some more new stuff. We're going to break down all of the new exotic armor pieces, all of their bonuses and what they do. These will be the new exotic armors for Forsaken. On top of this though, we're also going to take a look at what appears to be some Baron specific loot. So there are a couple of items which are related to the Barons that will fight in the campaign in Forsaken. We're going to talk about those, and we're also going to break down all of the Year 1 weapons which will be returning inside of Year 2, those that are going to feature random rolls, the new mods and Masterwork system of course. So this should be a good video if you're looking forward to new gear coming in Forsaken and you want a bit of a heads up on some of the stuff that we're going to be able to get. So let's get into it. What's up guys, Houndish here. Thanks a lot for dropping by for another Destiny 2 Forsaken video. As I mentioned, we're going to look at new exotic armor, returning Year 1 weapons, and some potential Baron loot as well. We'll start out with some of the Baron specific pieces of gear, or at least pieces of gear which are linked directly to some of the Barons. So right here we can see a shotgun called the Mindbender's Ambition. Now it does have a temporary icon. The icon hasn't actually been updated in the database. It's showing a green icon, but it is a legendary shotgun. The lore tab says, Hirax always did like to leave an impression, and that is a quote coming from the spider. Of course, Hirax is the fallen original name of the Mindbender. We'll talk more about the weapon in just a moment, but of course the Mindbender is the guy who's kind of developed these hive capabilities. He actually has an army of hive with him, and I believe this guy dwells in the crashed hive ship in the Tangled Shore, which presumably is where he's getting some of his bizarre magic. We can see that he is becoming part hive. We have seen one weapon in one of the videos, which is pretty interesting, this shotgun right here. Of course, with hive runes across it, you also have these kind of plates which look like they're made out of bone, kind of similar to the Grasp of Malek or some of the Crota loot from D1. And so I feel like there's potential that what we're seeing here could be the Mindbender's Ambition shotgun. We haven't seen an exotic in the database, which would actually take the place of the weapon we're seeing right here. So it has potential, but the Mindbender's Ambition is a 90 impact shotgun. So it is aggressive frame, a super hard hitting shotgun. We can also see that it has the bonus Rampage on it. We don't know whether this will have random rolls. Many of the pieces of gear that have just the intrinsic and then an additional bonus shown in the database will be random rolled weapons. So it's pretty cool. It looks like there will be some kind of drops which come from the Barons or maybe from quests associated with them. The only other ones I have found would include the Tangled Outrider. This is actually an exotic weapon ornament for the Trinity Ghoul. And there is the Rider, one of the Barons that will fight in the expansion. Then there is the Machinist's Trove right here, obviously referring to the Machinist, another one of the Barons. And this one can change the appearance of the tractor cannon. Obviously with these being weapon ornaments, they could come from Eververse. That is incredibly likely. You never know, they could be drops associated to the enemies themselves, such as the Mindbender's Ambition, which is definitely going to be a gameplay focused weapon. So it looks like there could be some pretty cool pieces of loot for us to discover, which are associated with these Barons. I'm going to talk about returning weapons in a moment, but we can now actually see all of the exotic armor that we'll get in Forsaken. So every piece for every class with all of the bonuses. So I guess we'll start out with the Hunter. Once again, we're seeing temporary icons right here, but we have the Shards of Galanor. This is going to be a set of gauntlets for the Hunter. Don't believe we spotted this one in trailers. We may have had a sneak peek at some point, but it has the bonus Sharp Edges. Hits and kills with Blade Barrage will return super energy after the super ends. And of course, the Blade Barrage is part of the Way of 1,000 Cuts, the new Gunslinger subclass tree. So you'll actually be able to get some super energy back when you use that Blade Barrage, which is pretty cool. Bit more of a taste of the Warlock style with that exotic right there as well. Then we have the 6th Coyote. Of course, we have seen this one in action. This one allows you to gain a second dodge charge, so this will work on any of the classes. And it's a pretty cool looking exotic as well. Then we have the Guizin Vest, or the Guizin Vest, I don't know how you say that. Another chest piece for the Hunter. With Roving Assassin, each Spectral Blades kill that you make before going into stealth will restore more of your super energy. So yet again, with the new Void Blade subclass for the Hunter, you will be able to get some energy back by actually making kills and then using the stealth. So that has the potential to be pretty good as well. Then we have the Oathkeeper. I believe this is the gauntlet we're seeing right here. Of course, the one one linked to bows in the game. So it comes with adamantine brace, bows charge faster, and charges can be held indefinitely, so you can actually hit the maximum amount of charge presumably quicker when you draw the bow, and you can also hold on to that charge without losing any tension or any power. So that's going to be pretty cool as well. Let's talk about the Titan. We have the Antaeus wards, of course one that we have seen already, with reflective vents, improved slide, and sliding reflects incoming projectiles. Reflecting projectiles grants super energy. So improved slide presumably is like a longer slide. Of course we know about the projectile reflection, but you can actually get some super energy back when you use that as well. So kind of a bit of a reward there, because obviously I don't think it's going to be a super easy exotic to use well. Then we have the Heart of Inmost Light for the Titan, a chest armor piece, and we've seen this one. This is the one with the kind of cracks with the light glowing through, and of course the name makes a bunch of sense. It comes with overflowing light. Using a grenade, melee, or barricade ability empowers you, granting increased damage and resistance, and while empowered, the next ability you use has faster regen. So pretty interesting sounding exotic. This is going to be one of those that is either going to be very potent and really strong, or kind of meh and just doesn't quite do enough. That's how these types of exotics tend to be, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. It does have some really good potential. Then we have the Ursa Furiosa. Comes with Ursine Guard. Move faster while guarding when Sentinel Shield is active, and guarded damage converts to super energy when the super ends. So of course with the new shield that you can use on the Defender, it allows you to move quicker while you're actually holding that shield up, but any damage you take while you're actually guarding can be converted into new super energy when you've actually finished using that super. We're saying about the Warlock style bonuses that we're seeing on some of these exotics, it seems like they're trying to bring those to more types of class. They can be some of the more powerful feeling exotics when they work very well. But finally for the Titan we have the One-Eyed Mask. This is the one we've seen right here. Pretty interesting, unique looking thing, but it comes with Vengeance. Marks the enemy that dares to damage you, track down and destroy your enemy for increased damage and overshield. Now that's going to be a very interesting one. Imagine that in PvP, you know, someone pops you with a burst of a pulse rifle, maybe they have to dip out and they start running. It's actually going to mark that person, or indeed the enemy. It could be in PvE as well. When you track down and take that enemy out, you're going to get increased damage. So I don't know if that's kind of like Rampage. It gives you increased damage for a period of time, but as well as this, it increases your overshield. Gonna be situational, but it could be pretty effective. Warlocks, I'm sorry, we're catching up, here we go. So we've got the Controverse Hold exotic Warlock gauntlets. They come with Chaotic Exchanger. Charging your grenade with Chaos Accelerant, Consume, or Radioactive will give you damage resist. Charged grenade hits return a random amount of grenade energy. So you can actually get some damage resistance by charging up a grenade with those particular abilities, and you get a random amount of energy back when you actually use that grenade and they hit an enemy. That'll be a pretty interesting one. We have the Geomag Stabilizers. These are the boots that we've seen right here, the kind of archy running boots. They come with Close Enough. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off, and damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. So when you've got nearly the entire super charged, if you actually start sprinting, it will basically grant you the super, or at least that's how it sounds. When you're actually using Chaos Reach, you will get an extended duration by damaging enemies using this exotic. And Chaos Reach is a kind of very short high burst of damage. So if this does have a noticeable extension of that super, then it's going to be pretty good. We have the Chromatic Fire. This is one we've seen, a pretty interesting looking Warlock chest piece. Comes with Crystalline Transistor. Precision kills with your kinetic weapon create an explosion in the element of your equipped subclass. So any kinetic precision kills that you actually get would essentially give you a sort of Firefly style explosion. And this could be any element. It will be based on the element of your main subclass. So I think that's going to be a really interesting one. But then we have the Phoenix Protocol, a new chest piece for the Warlock with Battle Hearth. Kills and assists you make while standing in your Well of Radiance return super energy. So if you've actually popped that super rift, the mega rift down, you're wearing this exotic and you're getting kills or tagging enemies, they're all going to be returning super energy to you. So this will be a way to actually get that super back much quicker. This could be a really exciting exotic for that support class Warlock. And those are the exotic armor pieces we currently have in the database for Forsaken. Basically we have 4 new exotic armors per class. And then of course there are all of the exotic weapons, which I did speak about the other day, including some returning ones, things like Chaperone, Lord of Wolves. I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out. Moving on though, let's talk about returning weapons. So Bungie confirmed that some weapons from year 1 will be bought into year 2, and what this means is that these weapons will be able to get random rolls, the new mods, and the Masterwork system. I should mention though that these will be new drops of the weapon, so you can't just take your Better Devils and upgrade it to year 2. You'll need to reacquire it through whatever means, whether it's a random drop or it's been questified or it has a specific drop source. You will need a new instance of the weapon. It's definitely worth clarifying that. But Anti-OPD, the legendary submachine gun that we've all been arguing about the name for many months now, is going to be returning in year 2. We can see it's been updated with a temporary icon. The base version of the weapon does appear with essentially the original roll, but we know that these will have random rolls, so this is probably just database placeholder stuff, or maybe a default roll that you could get from a particular source. Oh yeah, I just found this. Vestian Dynasty. I forgot that I'd even taken this screenshot, but it's definitely returning. We had seen it in a trailer and we kind of anticipated it could be coming back, but here it is in the database right here with Precision Frame, also coming with Dragonfly. So that'll be an interesting one. Not sure if it will get random rolls, could be a quest weapon or a reward at some point in the story, of course, coming from Petrovenge. But back to returning weapons, we have Nameless Midnight coming back to year 2. We'll have to wait and see what the sources for these will be. Once again, we can see the original roll right there, but these will get random rolls. Let's go through some of the others a little bit quicker. So the Black Scorpion 4SR, one of the Viced Scout Rifles, the Halfdan D, a Hake Auto Rifle. Some interesting choices to actually bring back here. We've got the Valakaden, the Rapid Fire Frame Viced Auto, Play of the Game, very popular legendary grenade launcher, especially in PvP. Of course, Better Devils, which is the first thing that Bungie showed us. The Probina D, which is a Hake hand cannon. And the Crooked Fang Linear Fusion Rifle. These are the weapons I found returning inside of year 2. I'll keep you posted on any drop sources or ways to get them as they are discovered. For now though guys, that is going to summarize this video. So an early look at the new exotic armor pieces coming in Forsaken, a bunch of year 2 returning weapons, and we're going to be getting some kind of Baron loot, maybe not for every single Baron, but as we saw with the Mindbender shotgun, or the Machinist ornament, they are definitely linked to these enemies, and I'm really hopeful that we will see a full suite of stuff, but we'll have to wait and find out. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section guys, any gear you're looking forward to picking up or trying out. If you have enjoyed the video though, a like below is very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. For now though, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and I will catch you very soon.